Hey, welcome back to another edition of the award-winning show TSP, the Scuttlebutt Podcast.
Hoo-yah!
Uh, so today, special episode, we are celebrating Marines for their Marine Corps birthday. So
Yacht!
I will probably be sitting back and letting these two knuckleheads
No,
talk
no,
most
no,
of
no,
the
no,
time.
no, 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 no. Please, you got to be a part of this, man. This is like, dude, this is awesome. This is a great episode today.
Yeah. So before we get started, I just want to thank our Patreon members. You guys, if it wasn't for you guys, we couldn't do what we're doing here. Our sponsor, Proven Valor, and special shout out to Aubrey Wren because he's the one
First
that
Sergeant Wren and Gunny Savins, thank you
yes.
very much for what you do.
First Sergeant Wren, he's the one that he brought us Sergeant Major Jeremy Black to the table today for the special episode.
And Gunny Savins, Sergeant Major Black, Gunny Savins and I, we actually were freaking E3s together in Fallujah and Ramadi and the 22nd MEU. So he's got a lot of stories about me if you ever want to. If you want to ever want
to. My wife worked with both of them as combat instructors at the schoolhouse.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. The circle. It's a big circle. It's all connecting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aubrey Wren's wife is also a Marine.
She's a first sergeant too, right?
Is she a first sergeant?
Or Gunny? I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah. There's too many damn Marines, man. It's hard to keep you guys straight.
She's a Gunny. I think she's Gunny.
Is she a Gunny?
Well, I'm sure she'll correct us when she's.
Yeah, she probably will. Gunnies usually do that. So.
Yeah.
And we're doing a little different today. This is actually pre-recorded, but it's going to be live Thursday evening for the Marine Corps birthday.
Because what's on Thursday, Flake?
Somebody's birthday.
The Marine Corps 247th birthday.
Yeah. So
the
Sergeant
best
Major,
birthday ever.
How's it going? Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Sergeant Major.
Absolutely. I love it.
So I just want you to do one thing before this episode's over with. I want you to yell at combat chaps in your Sergeant Major voice at least one time.
Dude, seriously? No, dude, actually there was a captain today at Rotary who was yelling in my ear and I had nightmares of Paris Island at Rotary today. I was like, dude, can you stand over there, please? Because you are like really wigging me out right now.
I want to see if you can break them and make them cry.
Dude, seriously.
My yell is very universal. It's hello there, yoo-hoo! Come here.
Oh God, he says yoo-hoo. Awesome. That's why I like it, Sergeant Major. You keep on saying yoo-hoo. Nobody says that anymore.
Hello there, yoo-hoo.
Are you a Hollywood Marine or a sand flea?
I'm a Hollywood Marine. You know, I was out there climbing them mountains. I wasn't just swatting bugs away.
There we go.
Yeah, I know. Hollywood Marines. They give me migraines sometimes. Just kidding. No offense to you Hollywood Marines out there.
When I went to my wife's graduation, when she graduated boot camp, I'm like, what are y'all talking about? I can't be so bad up here. You know, it's just all flat ground. You ain't got to hike mountains and stuff. And then I started swatting fleas away. I'm like, what is these bugs flying around up here? This is ridiculous.
They're everywhere, man. Wait, when did she graduate boot camp?
Beginning of 2007.
Oh, getting ready for the MEU? Okay, good to go. What company was she? Papa, Oscar, or November?
She was, I don't know, it was Gulf Company.
Oh, because they combined them. They were combining them at that time, right?
No, she wasn't during the integration then, back in 2006, no.
Okay.
It was Gulf, though, I believe. Oh, no, 4th Battalion.
4th Battalion, Prancing Ponies. So it's only November, Oscar, or November.
How the hell do you remember all this shit, man?
Because, dude, as a recovering alcoholic, boot camp comes back to me. And on all the shit that they made me do, scuzz the deck, quarter decks, getting punched in the face at swim qual, yes, all of it's coming back to me right now.
So, Jeffrey Sabins, we had him on. He was one of our very first.
He was like first or second at least.
Yes.
He was second because I was the first.
And, he called combat chaps here motard.
I am a motard, and you can't say that anymore. That's
better be a motard than a gear queer. I mean, you know.
I used to be one of them too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bought everything at the PX. I went to what was that that gear store in Lejeune, Saigon Sam's all the
Yeah.
time for more shit. Yeah, it was.
You had so
awesome.
much gear on you. You look like the guy on, Christmas Story where he's outside and he's walking like this.
Yes, I did. Oh yeah, I did. And I'm actually in honor of the Marine Corps birthday, I am wearing black silkies tonight, which are outlawed in the Marine Corps. They are Bravo Zulu silkies because I can't buy them at the PX.
Yeah.
Hey, Sergeant Major, why they outlaw those silkies? Do you have the inside scoop on that?
I don't know. If I had to say, hearing from my wife, what she says, the women say, it's just too much flopping around up there in front. It's too much exercising going on there that doesn't need to be going on.
I've heard that before. Yes, that's awesome.
When does your wife retire? I'm assuming she's going to stay in and retire.
Yeah, she's got about 4.5 more years before she's eligible, but she's probably gonna be just like me. She'll be eligible for Sergeant Major right around 19. So then if she's got another, 24, you might as well do 36 because the difference between doing 24 and then that extra 12 months is like $500 a month on your retirement. So, I mean, you might as well just go ahead and do it.
Where's she stationed?
We're here at Lejeune right now. Yeah.
My home.
We live
God,
in
I miss that place.
Yeah, we live in Sneeds Ferry. We just moved into our newly built home here because I retired. I retired in California, and when I retired, she got orders back over here. So,
wow, dude, hey,
You
I
work
gotta
now?
come. I gotta come visit you, man. I come out to Lejeune like all the time, but at least once or twice a year.
absolutely, come
Do
on
you
by.
do anything for work now, or
I do. So I work for a company. Well, wrong side here. I work for a company called AmeriCrew. It's kind of funny how that got started, though. I was still active duty, and I'd started filling out like my resume and all that good stuff, and putting it online and whatnot. And I had a recruiter reach out to me and from AmeriCrew and set an appointment. And when he first set the appointment, he didn't come on to the call whenever he was supposed to have it. So I was like, okay. When he reached out, yeah, I had something come up. Let's set this again. At the time, I was planning and helping the other 8999s plan for, our lovely ceremonies for a MiG change of command. And he got a hold of me again. So we ended up doing an interview in my truck. I was in Cammy's video, of course.
Nice.
And as soon as it came on, he goes, wait a minute, you're a sergeant major? I said, yeah. And he goes, well, I don't usually recruit for like that higher level of people. I'm usually, looking for first term, second term, service members to work for our company. But I think you're probably a little overqualified. I think I'm going to pass you off to my CEO. His name's Kelly Dunn. And I'm like, yeah, right, dude. The CEO. Okay. Yeah, that's that. Yeah. So then I look online and no shit. Kelly Dunn is the CEO of AmeriCrew. And he goes, I'm going to have him give you a call. And I'm like, all right, here we go again, a couple days or maybe a week from now. I may or may not get a call. But no shit, 5 minutes later, Kelly Dunn give me a call, CEO of AmeriCrew, and talk to me, about what they do and everything. And really AmeriCrew it's kind of still in its forming stages. I mean, he started this company about 2 years ago. He's been since he retired as a colonel, full-bird colonel from the Army. He'd been in the telecommunications industry for quite some time. And seen a need to hire veterans that veterans are one, this is what I realized is no matter how good your resume is, no matter how much schooling you have. I mean, I have 2 management degrees, and no matter how much you look good in the leadership that you have, it really doesn't matter because you're going to apply and apply and apply. And everybody's going to say, well, where's your experience? I need 3, 4, 5 years of experience for this. I'm not hiring a leader. I'm hiring an installer or whatever the case may be, and so he's seen the need for this, and we're partnered with many different companies. One well-known would be MasTec, multi-billion-dollar company in the telecommunications industry that deals with, fiber network, 5G, solar, windmills. They deal in everything. I had a Moztec guy here the other day installing my DirecTV. So partner with them, but with many other different companies to basically form a company. Then, and our slogan is building crews to build a better America. So taking service members that in your first 4 years, generally you're becoming NCO, and what people don't understand is, as an NCO, you are basically equivalent to a management position in many jobs.
Right.
You're managing people, things, multi-million dollars worth of equipment,
$500,000 worth of gear carried with the key on your person.
Exactly. So I mean, people are not capitalizing on that you don't have to teach it because they already got it now. So now all you have to do is teach the skill. And so what Americrew does is recruits only veterans. We have a few employees that are not veterans, but that was due to bringing the skill to the business, if you will. Meaning, hey, you may need somebody that is fluent and very good at maybe say fiber splicing or whatever, right? You got to have some of that experience to start off with, but bottom line is they bring them in and in 8 weeks, 2 weeks, if they decide they want to give it a shot, 2 weeks in school, in classroom instruction, and then it's 6 weeks OJT out in the field. And then after that, this is the best part. After that, they're either offered a job by Americrew, or if they want to go somewhere else or they don't feel it's for them, Americrew helps them get a job in that industry with many of their different partners.
Dude, that's
so
cool.
Regardless, they're aiming to get the veteran employed in any way, form, or fashion. And then they're also leaving with a plethora of certifications that are good for a long time, OSHA, all these other ones that they require in the construction industry, as well as, fiber network, things like that. But another thing we do, and we have the ability to do, because we have people that are senior staff NCOs, some officers and whatnot, we're able to gauge and see kind of what that service member's level and headspace is at when it comes to leadership and what they want to do. Maybe this guy is, can't dig a hole to save his life, but he's very, very smart and could do some fiber splicing, or maybe could be an engineer. Well, in that sense, once we gauge that, we offer that to them, and we offer to send them to maybe a formal engineering school or a formal fiber splicing school. Things like that fit, better suit the service member, that will make their needs met. But really the bottom line was to build crews. To say, Richard, you want to get out, you're planning on getting out, but you want to move, let's say to Tennessee. All right. So you want to move to Tennessee. Your wife's already dead set on moving to Tennessee. That's great. That's what we're aiming to do, is to put them through the school. They go do their 6 weeks. So yes, they're going to be OJT in it, out and about for probably about 8 weeks. But at the end point in time, the goal is to get them on a crew in the state that they're at, close to home, and working fiber infrastructure or fiber networking or infrastructure building, because basically bottom line, that's what we are shooting for, infrastructure building. So underground directional drilling, vibratory plowing, aerial installation of fiber on poles, 5G towers. Now we're getting a contract with Clean Energy on the vehicle charging stations. And there's so many millions of those that need to be put up, because now you've even seen that Jeep came out with a battery operated Jeep that are going to need specific charging stations and whatnot. So I'm sorry to ramble on and go off on a tangent, but
no, dude, hey, it's your show, man.
Yeah.
Ever since I become a part of it, it stole me in the sense of pride. And that's what a lot of the service members lose when we get out. My buddy Bo, great friend of mine. He came in the Marine Corps 2 years before me. He retired, works up in Tennessee. Matter of fact, he started a podcast. Give him a shout out to One Day and a Wake Up. Don't know if you've heard of it, but it's getting started.
That's him?
Yeah, Bo Bundy.
One Day in a West. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah, that's a good one.
You know, talking to him, he retired a couple of years before I did. And I give him a call one day and I was like, dude, why? I hear you saying like your transition was so bad. Like, what was so bad about it? He goes, man, it wasn't hard getting a job, but everywhere I went, it's like nobody wanted to listen. There was no pride of belonging. There was no sense of belonging. Nobody wanted to be like family oriented. There was just, it was like just everybody was out to get each other,
Yeah.
And I can personally tell you, and I told him this, with the Americrew, it's never been like that. In fact, while I was going through, and let's back up a minute, because when Kelly, the CEO, he still likes to call me the unicorn. Because when he hired me and he wanted me to be in the management position or a leadership position, I told him, I was like, well, I'm not the kind of guy that's going to go tell anybody to do something I've not already done or I'm not willing to do. So I want to learn it from the ground up. I want to do the thing. I want to do the 2 weeks. I want to do the 6 weeks. I want to be out there. I want to dig holes. I want to get dirty. I want to work 12, 14 hours a day. I want to do it all. And so he's like, really? I just can't believe that, a senior staff and CEO, a sergeant major at that would want to do that. I was like, well, it's where we come from. It's our background as veterans. We pride ourselves in being next to our service members to the left and right of us. It's what it's all about. It's why we celebrate Marine Corps birthday, right? It's our birthday. It's when the Band of Brothers was born. It's when, we all became a family and we just stayed becoming a stronger family. So, being out there and doing that was just, I loved it. And now they're finally back home with the family. And the plan is to start running some crews here in Pender County, subcontracted to one of the agencies, maybe Maztec or something. But, while I'm out there, I was about 6 weeks into it. Couple times, Tara Dunn, his wife, the CEO's wife, right, calls me a couple times just to see how I'm doing, make sure I'm doing okay. But aside from all that, calls my wife to thank her for my time away from home and away from the kids and all this stuff. And it's like, that's the stuff we do in the military. You know what I mean? That's that brotherhood. That's that, not just the CO's wife that would do that and the sergeant major's wife looking out for people. It's our staff NCOs, our NCOs, their wives were taking care of our junior Marines' wives, when we were gone out and about.
Volunteers, that's right.
Hooking and jabbing, But it's like that is what, has drawn me to the organization and to watch it grow and to be in it now and to want to take it to something that, is just beyond imagine is just what I love. But anyway, we're going on and on.
No, dude, that's fantastic, man. I can see the passion. I can hear it. And, and that's what a lot of stuff is missing, is that family orientation. And we need to get our veterans to know that we have their back, even after service. And that's what Fleek and I are doing too. And we're listening to people's stories from the lowest private to,
it doesn't matter if they wore a
uniform.
It doesn't matter. We want to hear their story,
And we want to capture the story for the rest of time, because what we've all done, it matters. And it's a beautiful thing. And we want to, we love this. We love this stuff. I love it. It pumps me up. Like, I'm tired. I don't want to do a podcast, but you know what? Now, as soon as 2 seconds I get on, I'm a motard again. I'm like, I'm ready to go. I'm like, I'm pumped up. I'm excited. I want to hear your stories. I want to hear like where you grew up, why you joined the Marine Corps. Like, where did you grow up? Sergeant Major. So
I was born and raised in Central Illinois, a little town outside of Decatur called Harristown. Wasn't the greatest kid probably growing up, but I did graduate and got in a little bit of trouble during high school. But
me too.
I was decided to take off with a couple of friends of mine. We went down and visited my buddy Bo here in North Carolina back when TT was TT, right? And the sticky tiles on the floor, and you had cockroaches running all over the place.
Yeah, I didn't live there, but I heard horror stories about TT.
And although it wasn't the greatest, but it drew me in because I'm like visiting for the first time in a long time, and it wasn't just the town and all that, but it was like, man, you got a job that's one, it's the easiest job in the world. All you gotta do is show up on time, do what you're told, look sharp. They provide you with a place to live. They provide you with food allowance. They provide you with BAH, all this good stuff. And you're taken care of. And everybody around you just like will take care of you. They want to talk to you. They want to be around you. It's like just you're born with friends, and you didn't even have to start off with them.
You are forced together, and that bond is made by that.
So we graduated the same day in 1998, and he originally tried to get me to go to the Marine Corps.
God, I'm such a boot, man. I was
like, no,
in college in '98.
I was like, no, man, that ain't for me, And I did some vocational school, so I went on to be a machinist for a while with ADM, Archer Midland Company, and did a few other jobs here and there after being laid off, and just realized that a lot of the the industries, the construction industries, and the what I want to call it, the factory industries you're just waiting to be laid off. That's what it felt like, and so I decided I want to be a Marine. Went and seen the recruiter, and never looked back. But I when I took off, I went to boot camp and graduated there, and then went to artillery school in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. So I was an 08-11 artilleryman by trade with the old 198s.
Cannon cocker.
Yeah. And then, did a couple of UDPs to Okinawa back whenever, what was that sergeant major's name? You probably remember him. He's the only guy that'd be on the third floor and stick his head out the window and be like, get off my grass.
We had a couple of those.
Apparently my feet are going to kill the grass. So, I mean, and nowadays you see that, because now when I'm a sergeant major and I was walking to the chow hall, I'm like, why the fuck can't people just stay on the concrete? Now you got these little dirt paths cutting the corner, like you saved a foot. Right? So it's like, I see where he was coming from now, but I didn't back when I was a young Marine. Anyways, went on recruiting duty in 2004 and down in Southern Florida, RS Fort Lauderdale. And it's funny story here, another Marine Corps story.
No way. Where in Southern Florida? Because that's where I got recruited in Southern Florida, actually in Naples, RSS Naples. That's where I got recruited out of.
Okay. What year?
2004.
Okay. So I was down there then probably. I was down there also when Naples got shut down for falsifying documents. And then
no, it did not. When?
Their NCOIC, because he was an MP by trade, going to people's houses with his badge saying
that motherfucker. He's an MP. He's the one that recruited me. He was a staff sergeant when he recruited me. I gave him my scooter. I'm like, I had a scooter, and I was like, I don't know where to get rid of it. Here, staff sergeant, here, you can have it. And then I got on the bus and I was gone. What was his name?
I do not remember.
Damn.
Do not remember.
Tall, skinny. He was a skinny fucker, right?
Yeah. Some shorter guy. But so anyways, I was RS Fort Lauderdale. I was supposed to be RSS Fort Lauderdale, but I showed up down there. And old Master Guns Ferraccio was a millionaire, made his millions off of the real estate down there when it was blowing up. I showed up there and he goes, where are you from, boy? And I said, well, I'm from Illinois. And he goes, do you speak Spanish? And I said, no, I do not. He goes, well, check this out. You need to jump back in your horse and buggy and go back north about an hour and a half, because you're going to work this place called Fort Pierce in Okeechobee.
You worked you were Fort Pierce? Oh, shit. Damn.
So I was Fort Pierce and covered Okeechobee High School and all that. And so, did that, met my wife at the college there in Indian River. And, it's cold in here. It's making me yawn. Anyway, Yeah, we hit it off, and we'd just been, together for a while, for a year and a half or so, and that's when she came home, said she wanted to be a Marine, and then yeah, we're still here now, 16 years later.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then after
Indian-
that, after recruiting duty, went back to Lejeune. Spent the better part of my career at Lejeune. Went back to Lejeune to 10th Marines. Ended up going on the MIT team. Came back from the MIT team. Worked at ATS Artillery Training School for a little while. Then we stood up a battery from scratch, which is Fox 212. That was inside 310. I don't know if you remember or you knew Sergeant Major Mackey. Sergeant Major Mackey was the 310 Battalion Sergeant Major.
I heard the name.
They took off. They took off and went to Afghanistan, and then we went on the MEU. Then we got pulled into Afghanistan. But anyway,
24, 26 MEU. It's a 26 MEU, right?
26 MEU, yeah, because I went on the 24th MEU with 36.
I was the 22 MEU with 38 and 07.
What's the 22, 24, 26? What does that mean?
22nd MEU, 24th MEU, 26th MEU. And then on the other coast is 30 worst, 11th, 15th.
Odd numbers on the west, even numbers on the east. And
because we're Marines, we got to have something simple.
Hey, we're Marines. Hey, muscles are required, intelligence not expected. Okay, they had to make it simple for us to understand. So in other words,
it's easy to say. That's
yeah. So after I got back from that deployment with 3-8 when we were on the MEU in 2010 and 11, I went out to be an enlisted career counselor at Quantico, which, believe it or not, was a very rewarding job. Very depressing, but rewarding. After about the first year, you feel like you've talked to all the 10% that everybody talks about, because nobody gives a shit about their career until they're passed over a few times, and nobody ever gives a shit about their career on a Friday. So if you ever want counseling, call on a Friday at noon, and we're going to be free. So after that, my wife was up there too. She was a training command, and I got selected to First Sergeant up there. Came back and was the India Company First Sergeant with 3-6. Took them on the MEU as the primary vertical assault company, and came back in the end of 15, and then was the H&S Company First Sergeant for Headquarters and Support Battalion First Sergeant, because I know Richard there probably doesn't know what H&S means, but till about the first part of 16, and then I went out to Second Recon, and I was the Force Company First Sergeant there, and H&S Company First Sergeant.
Nice.
For almost 3 years, and then selected as Sergeant Major. I went over to Camp Pendleton and took First Air Naval Gunfire Liaison Company for Anglico, and it was a great time. Due to when I dropped papers, I ended up being there my whole 3 years. It was amazing. Right on the water. My guys in the barracks, if you're on the second and third deck, come out, you got an ocean view, and
we don't get that at Camp Lejeune.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Damn,
you might get the smell of swamp. You might get the smell of swamp every once in a while.
Oh, I did. Oh, we did. On C Street and B Street, they suck. I hate. I'm glad 3-8 moved to where they're new barracks, no catwalks. Did you ever throw anyone in between a mattress off the second deck?
No, never did that. Never did that. We did do Chinese field days quite often on the
Chinese field days. Oh God, that Sergeant Santiago, he made me do that shit, and that was terrible.
Yeah. But I can tell you, my wife gives me shit, she says, man, your whole career, you just always had great units and was around great people, and I'm a firm believer though, your environment is what you make it, and the people around you you attract what you are, and if you are, a go-getter, and you're just, motivated, and you just, like taking care of people, you're going to attract that kind of people. The ones that don't like to do that are going to they're going to skyline themselves, and you're going to know exactly who they are.
Shit bags, Blue Falcons.
Exactly.
We had a couple of them. I won't give any names right now. They're probably listening right now. So I still got to keep up good relations with my 3-8 guys. I can't dive them out.
Yeah. 3/8's not even where it was anymore when I went.
No, it was you take a right at the gas station and you go up like a mile, and it's I can't even,
They
what's the
call
name
it
of
now Wallace Creek now is where they call it.
Thank you, Wallace Creek.
Yeah.
I've been trying to think of that for like 2 months right now. Thank you, Sergeant Major.
That's where the Warlords are too. Lisa, my wife, is the first female first sergeant they've had there. She's the Victor 22 Golf Company Raiders first sergeant.
Oh my God. Wow. Hey, to ask your wife if she can say hi to a Captain David Ritz for me.
David Ritz.
He was one of my guys. He was a grunt, enlisted, and then he turned over to the dark side, and he was he was the CEO of 2-2, I think, last year.
Okay.
But I think he's still at Lejeune. He's a great guy. That is a war fighter right there. He was the man in Ramadi, and Sabins knows him too.
Nice.
That guy was a scary motherfucker.
You know, it's good for her. She loves it, and that was a big part of me retiring too. I had planned to go to 26 and us do kind of a dual retirement, but you know, as fast as I got promoted, it just wasn't in the cards. I mean, by 26, I would have been expected to be working for a general, and that just isn't where I wanted to be at. I didn't want to be up there with all that politics and all that stuff, you know. And battalion is what I love to do. I love being still somewhat with the Marines and being out there with them. And you know, she's a war fighter too. She loves it. She loves being out there with the Marines, being in the dirt, being, you know, if they're doing it, ain't no, well, I'm privileged. Hell, she'll be home packing her ruck, and I'm
Bunk
like,
on the bunk.
You know, I don't know if you really need your e-tool. And she's like, hey, it's on the packing list. My Marines will have it.
Oh, she's such a good first sergeant.
Yeah.
She's not stuffing pillows into her pack or anything like that.
No.
Good for her.
When she was a combat instructor too, you know, she got select. Well, she only did about, I think, a cycle and a half, maybe a 2 at the most of MCT, and then she got selected to go over and be an instructor at the female integration at the ITB there and at Geiger
training battalion. Geiger Tiger. That's where I was, man. 2004.
And she told him, she goes, look, I'm not going to go over here and be an instructor unless like I've done it myself. So she went through the 03 program, got her 03 cert and all that. And
no
then
shit.
There, I don't remember. She did a couple cycles there, 2 or 3, maybe 4. And then she went up on a board as a staff sergeant and even beat out some gunnies and was selected to be, because they only have one female combat instructor of the instructor schoolhouse. So if you're going to go be a combat instructor, whether it be ITB or MCT, you know, you have your instructor cadre that teaches them.
Yeah.
And they only have one female, and she got selected to that too. So
holy shit, that's awesome.
That is awesome. You should send her our way, man. We can get her on and get her.
Good job, first sergeant.
Absolutely, get her on here. Get her talking about females, man.
We haven't had females on the show since like our real early days, man.
Yeah.
We got to do that. We you know, and that's what we got to do. We got to get more females on this show.
Yeah, I would love to.
We get her on there as a first sergeant, and then maybe if she gets promoted to sergeant major, we'll do a duo.
Dude, we love to bring our guests back, man.
Yeah.
Do you still contact anyone at Quantico right now?
Only person I know that's still up there now was my boss's recruiter or the enlisted career counselor, and it's Master Gunnery Sergeant Randall Thompson. He retired. He stayed up there and lives in Stafford.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I just was talking to him 2 days ago.
Well, the reason why I ask is my old CO, Colonel Reggie McClam, is now the commanding officer of TBS.
Oh, really?
Yeah, little short guy. He was in the corner when Dakota Meyer was getting his Medal of Honor. He was on the presidential staff back then. But yeah, he was my CO.
I tell you who y'all need to get on here is Sergeant Major Brad Biota. Really super good friend of mine. I mean, that guy he's been through the hardest of battle. I mean, you know Jason Dunham, right? He was
Jason of course. They named the street after him in Ramadi.
Well, he was with him when that happened, and he was his first sergeant.
We lived on Dunham Way at Camp Blue Diamond. I mean, I saw it every single day.
Yeah, he's been on a few documentaries. and whatnot from some things in action and whatnot. But great all around guy, just very nice, humble, and not your sergeant major yut knife handing, and super smart. Just candid. He's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, you're describing either Sergeant Major Bradford or Sergeant Major Earl Budd, and I hope Sergeant Major Earl Budd is listening right now. Do you know him?
No, I've never heard of him.
Oh, you need to meet him, dude. He is crazy. That guy is awesome.
He's in California, right?
He's in California, and he was under Justin Lehue. Remember Sergeant Major Lehue?
Mm-hmm.
Stories about him. He was he was working for him, and he lost a finger, and he went back into the fight, and he started fighting Sergeant Major Earl Budd. He is an awesome guy. You gotta get down with him. Yeah. That guy is crazy.
You gotta get down with him.
You gotta get down with him. Dude, he was drinking beer during our interview. He was like California waves. You can hear him in the background.
But it's out.
Oh, there you go.
I'm about to text my wife to bring me another one.
Hey, first off, go get me a beer.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you what.
Just kidding. First off.
Hey, great story here, and this is a big mistake on my part. I tell you.
Please.
What.
I like this.
So I was, when she got through school and all that, and we first got to Lejeune, she was a Lance Corporal, because not only was she contract PFC going in because of her college, she was honor grad guide, high PFT, high shooter out of boot camp, and was meritorious Lance out of boot camp.
Nice.
So she's at her first unit. She's a Lance Corporal. We're back in the fleet. I'm a staff sergeant. We're at Lejeune. They got the food court going on up there and shit. And she was like, "Hey, I want to go up there and eat and all this." And I'm like, "Okay." So come pick me up and we'll go up there and get lunch. And so I'm in there. 310's getting prepared. Headquarters battery's getting prepared to go do a task force MP mission in Iraq. So I'm doing some ammo templates and ammo plans and all that stuff for that. And this lieutenant was the CO at the time, Lieutenant Easley. And I was standing in his office because I told her, I was like, "Don't sit out in the car forever. Just come in and sit in the office." She's like, "I don't want to come in there." And this is back when there was no females in artillery. There wasn't a female around on N Street. So she comes in, she's standing by the wall in the hallway. And the lieutenant just keeps looking out there. I'm like, what is the problem, sir? And he's like, "Who is that?" I said, "It's my wife." He goes, "Are you going to introduce me?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. Wife, come here. Wife, this is Lieutenant Easley. Lieutenant Easley, this is my wife." And then I went straight back. My switch is on, man. I'm talking about ammo. I need to do this, that, and the other, right? I wouldn't even think about my politeness.
Hey, that's what officers do, man. You gotta be polite with those guys.
Well, no, I'm talking about my wife.
So I know. You need to introduce me to your wife. I mean, they got to do the whole, knife and dinner thing, man. I mean, that's what officers do. They look for that kind of shit.
So she stays.
No offense, officers out there.
She stays standing in the doorway, and then I just without skipping, I'm like, "You can go back over there and stand against the wall now." Oh man, when we got outside, she goes, "You will never talk to me like that again. I will cut your, what." Easy, calm down, Lance Corporal.
Lance Corporal.
Yeah, I bet she loved that one too.
No, I didn't roll like that.
But I mean, how's that work? I mean, that's not fraternization because you guys knew each other before.
We weren't in the same unit, and although we were engaged when she decided she wanted to be a Marine, I talked to Sergeant Major down at the RS line. He goes, "Look, you just better put a ring on that finger. You ain't married. You ain't sending her to boot camp as your girlfriend." So
that's good advice. That was very good advice.
Once we got married, that's when she depped and shipped off to boot camp. Matter of fact, our anniversary is November 19th. And we got married
up
9 days after the Marine Corps birthday. And then she went to boot camp December 12th. Yeah.
Oh man, she went in the wintertime? Oh, that sucks.
Less bugs. I mean,
December, January. But she graduated in March, right? March of 06.
How does the Marine Corps handle a couple that's married? Like when you get deployed, do they try to match you up in the same place?
No, not with deployments and a lot of speculation I can squash right there. It is not, well, one gets to stay home while the other one's gone. No, you both have to remain worldwide deployable. Just case in point, in 2011, when our kids were 1 and 2 years old and had to go live with my mom and dad. But what they do is when you are
He said doo-doo. Sergeant Major just said doo-doo. Make
But
it
when
known,
you-
Sergeant Major just said doo-doo.
but
Apologize,
Yeah.
Sergeant Major. I'm sorry.
But whenever when you're same service and you're married, basically the order states that they have to exhaust all means necessary to keep you within 50 miles of each other stationed. But there's stipulations to that as well. If I accept orders somewhere knowing that she's just got here and is not eligible, or whatever the case may be, there's certain little stipulations in there. Then, or say I am in California and she's in North Carolina, we're both Marines, and then we decide to get married. We married knowing our current situation, so they do not have to move us within that first year to get us closer together. Will they? Generally, a lot of times, but they don't have to. So, but yeah, they've been really good. Our orders have been almost damn near lined up almost the whole time. I mean, we was only overlapped once by 3 months.
So, how was it leaving your kids? You both deployed and you left your kids. How was that?
That was terrible.
I bet.
It was bad. Yeah, it was bad. And they were still young. They were 1 and 2 years old, and my son Aiden, he was our first. He's 14 now. Chloe's 13. He was almost 4 months old when I got home from Iraq, and then obviously Chloe was en route. Probably a couple hours later, but to go through that, and then be there for Chloe being born, and then Aiden turning 2, and then boom, it's not just one gone, but it's both gone. It is a hard pill to swallow, but it's what we do as Marines. It's the sacrifice that we've made for so many years.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, our kids right now, they're tougher than woodpecker lips. They're
going to be Marines.
I don't know about that. My son talks better every once in a while. My daughter wants to be a doctor. She wants to be a baby. She's been wanting to be a baby doctor since she was old enough to get letter grades. So,
awesome.
Hopefully she keeps continuing to pursue that. And I tell you what, and this goes out to all the Marines too, I think with our ceremonies and our, even our change of command ceremonies, our retirement ceremonies, or our, post-release ceremonies, this shit of Marines coming over and giving the flowers to our spouses, I think is crap. And I'll tell you why. During my retirement, I didn't do that. I put pauses in my speech because when I talked about my wife, I hand delivered my flowers to my wife. When I talked about my kids, I hand delivered a gift to them myself. Like my daughter, I give her, I bought her a stethoscope, a legit stethoscope. I want to be the first one to give her a real stethoscope if she continues to follow her dream there. My son, as smart as he is, he still doesn't really know what he wants to do, but he loves going fishing with me. So, I paused and gave him a beautiful, in a wooden case, nautical compass, because it's fishing oriented, sea oriented, but at the same time, hopefully it helps him find his direction in life and where he wants to go.
Good.
But I think that personalization, we personalize everything these days, and we personalize, the ceremonies are very personal. People fly in from all over the country, sometimes other places of the world, to watch people just do a change of command, let alone a retirement. But to make it that special and take that few extra seconds and prolong the retirement or any speech for that little bit of time to hand deliver those objects to them individuals, I think is bar none way better than just having a couple of lance corporals or corporals back there to come around and their nice little duds
now standing in a change of command ceremony. Now that kind of sucks.
It does,
especially if you're an E3 or an E2 and you see it and you're there and you're doing this thing, and you might go forward or you might go backwards.
Yeah.
Scene, which is
especially
hilarious.
Especially if they had in manual of arms,
Oh my God. I saw someone hit his face so hard. I was like, I didn't move at all. I was like, I just stood there. I was like, out of the corner of my eye, I was like, yeah, that sucks. Sorry.
Hey, another fun fact too. Another fun fact here.
Please.
It was a my relief and appointment for me taking over First Anglico in Camp Pendleton. So big day, I'm really nervous. New sergeant major, I'm like frock too. So I'm like, oh my God, no mistakes here, So we're sitting here. Oh no, I'm sorry. I was already appointed. This was the change of command because like a month later, we did a change of command. I got a new CO. So I get all that set up. It's going on, we're in this big field and the Marines are out there in formation looking sharp. And I'm sitting back here in the stands and all of a sudden one of my female Marines just face planted in the dirt, just face first out. Well, I had Corpsman back there behind the static displays to grab him and pull him back, but it just happened, man. I just took off running and I ran straight across the parade deck, just straight across, and went back there with him, and with her just to make sure she was okay. And after it was over, another sergeant major was like, what are you doing, dude? Like, are you just going to run across the parade deck? I'm like, oh no, man, my Marine fell, it's like went down. So
wow.
You yell at me for that, whatever, dude.
That's dedication right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, to me, I'm like, yeah, I felt bad because, it is what it is, but I didn't feel bad because I was taking care of my.
No, you were taking care of Marines.
Yeah.
So the old dogs would be like, like what the fuck? Why do you ruin the chain? Why'd you ruin the ceremony by running?
Yeah.
You just said it by helping one of your Marines who probably didn't, who probably locked her knees, and that's why it happened.
I have two questions
Marines,
for you.
bend your knees when you're at position of attention, just a little bit to get that blood flowing. Okay.
I have two questions before Andrew starts rambling on.
Oh, shut up, man. Come on.
My first question is, what's your fruit salad look like, man?
Oh, God. It looks like a North Korean general right now.
Ain't too bad.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
You see it up there?
Yeah, I can see it. Just above the,
that's impressive.
10 of them.
That's a panty dropper right there.
Right
but the most important thing is up there. You see that?
OCD.
Those.
It's the name of my boat.
I like
nice.
It. So, my second question is, are you or your wife, either one of you, shellbacks?
No, neither. My wife has not had the pleasure of being on a MEU yet.
All right, that's good. So when we come to Camp Lejeune, we will haze both of you. Because I'm a shellback, and he's wait, hold on. He's a shellback.
I was really close.
We're gonna get you
to doing it, but we ended up getting called on that one MEU over to support the it was Iranian border, Iranian stuff. Whoa,
what the hell just happened? Why am I up here now?
You just jumped squares. What's going on?
That's weird. Hey, I need to be below the sergeant major because I only was an E4. I need to be down there.
But yeah, I mean, I came close, and I was getting very excited about doing it, but just it wasn't in the cards.
And that was the 2.6 MEU. You guys didn't go below the equator when you were going over there.
Nope.
Was India Company with you guys? You were with India Company, right?
I was 3-6 India Company first.
3-6 India. Okay.
Yep.
What ship were you on?
We was on. That one was the USS New York, the new one, which is another fun fact.
Damn.
So I actually, as a staff sergeant, got to go on the USS New York when it was brand new. We rode it up for a fleet week in New York for the commissioning of it.
Nice.
And then X number of years later, as a first sergeant, I get to take it as on the MEU, and I took India Company on the USS New York.
Were you Helo Squad? You were. Sorry. Go ahead.
The first MEU was on the Carter Hall, that old thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys have all your battery stuff in the well deck, right? Is that where they keep it?
The majority of it on the New York, we had our guns. We had our. I want to say we had the mortars downstairs. And we had a couple of the M3 or the M777 Alpha 2s up on the flight deck.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, up on the helo deck. Yeah, there's a couple of them up there, which sucked Did you talk about rust on those tubes? Oh my God.
Hey, I saw the 50 cals on the sides of the ship on the Kearsarge, and they were all rusty.
Yeah.
It was like a machine gunner's nightmare. I'm like, who the fuck is taking care of this gun?
Yeah.
I'm like, my mind was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have a shit fit right now. Somebody
Yeah.
better get some CLP like now.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. They get
As,
bad.
as you can tell, I was a machine gunner, so
Yeah.
yes, I did a lot of that. I did a
Yeah.
lot of that on the 240 and the
Yeah.
50 and the Mark
We did
19.
it. We did it like that too, only it was more like this.
Oh man, Richard's gone. He did this last time too.
Did he
Damn.
lose it or what?
I don't know. He's gonna come back. This happened. This happened last week too.
Yeah.
He goes away and then he comes back after like 5 minutes. I'm like, and I've got to run the episode. So
Yeah.
I guess it's just gonna be you and me talking, Sergeant Major,
See,
until he comes back.
What was he in the Navy? I never
He
even
was,
asked.
yeah, he was in the Navy. Like that ship,
I was gonna say
in the
that's why we
background?
got an aircraft carrier back here in the background. We don't have
dude.
like
That's
the
his
silent
ship.
drill team in the background.
He was a yeoman for a skipper of the USS Carl Vinson back in like the 80s, and he was on that ship for like 3 years. He loves that ship. We've got him and like 2 other guys that served with him in my VFW, and he was a past commander. I'm the commander now, and so I learned everything I learned from him. And so I don't know. Are you part of the VFW?
I am. I'm a part of it, but I don't go very often.
Are you a member at large?
I don't know. Not a member at large.
You need to sign up, man.
No.
I got some connections in North Carolina now.
I was a member at the one there in Quantico, right outside the gate.
Yeah.
And then a member at the one in California because we had some things going on there. But no, I haven't really got even. I mean, we just got here in May, and believe it or not, we were living in an apartment until the end of last month with 2 dogs in a 2-bedroom apartment, I might add, on the 2nd floor.
Nice.
With 2 teenagers, 2 dogs, and a cat.
What was the square footage of that apartment? Not big?
Yeah, no, not big.
Like
not
900 for all of you?
Probably right around that, yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't even, because we sold our furniture and stuff where we left California, so we didn't even buy new because we knew we were going to be moving to the house, and I just had to move it downstairs. So we were on our wicker lawn furniture in the living room the whole time.
Well, you didn't have any cots to pull out
No. I retired all them, I mean, when I retired, I passed them along to her, but she doesn't want to sleep on a cot. She wants to sleep.
I love cots. I would get, dude. I have a sleep number bed. I'd rather sleep on a cot than that thing. But
oh man,
don't let my wife hear me say that because she'd kill me because that's a $4,000 bed.
Good on a cot.
Dude, the cot is awesome. C-130s and cots are like the best places to sleep ever.
Yeah, yeah. You can sleep pretty good on a C-130 too.
Man, we did we did the OIA flight from Cherry Point to Kuwait, and then we did a C-130 from Kuwait to Al Asad that first time, and then we did helicopters after that. I don't know. I just talking to you, man. I miss all that shit. I miss the camaraderie. I miss my brothers. I do. And we have a reunion every year. Are you with the Marine Corps League at all? Do they have one around Camp Lejeune at all?
I am not.
Hey, there you are.
But I am not. But I can tell you, I feel you when it comes to missing. Like me, we had Lisa's Marine Corps ball in Greenville last Friday. Last Friday. And being there and even though I wore just a suit, it's like, God, man, I miss just those days of being around him.
I was gonna pull out my blues for you tonight, but I got to lose like 15 more pounds, and I think I can fit into it.
Yeah,
because it's
few of them were like, hey,
I can't get it closed because I got a big gut. I used to drink a lot.
Gotta get to that gym, Get to that gym.
Hey, I just worked out at the Y yesterday. I lost 25 pounds, but I need to be like Ramadi weight. And if you talk to Sabins, he remembers like I was 182 pounds. I was carrying fucking gear, 1,000 rounds, the saw, 12 MREs, 12 bottles of water, like on patrols. Like I was like the shit back then. And now,
You were the mule.
yeah, I was the mule.
You were
And
the
now
mule.
I'm trying to get back into that. Fleek, welcome back, sir.
Yeah, Richard, good to have you back.
Dude, I cannot. Your sound's out,
Can't hear
man.
you.
Can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, I know. Shit is right.
Got nothing. Got nothing.
You're in trouble, sir. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Nope.
How about now?
Ah,
Hey,
yeah, you're
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Hey, a little bit louder, but you're good. You're back.
All right, I'm back.
Damn, dude, did that happen last week, man? What happened?
I think it's this new camera, man. Ever since I put this new camera on, it drops out.
Is that the camera that you're gonna give to me? Like when I
No,
pick it
no,
up
no,
from
no.
your
I
house?
got no different. I'm gonna give you the
Okay.
one that works.
No,
I think my
hey,
camera looks pretty good, and it's the one in
dude,
my
hey,
life.
Sergeant Major, you look
Yeah.
beautiful, dude. Beautiful. That beard is awesome.
Yeah, it's coming in, isn't it? Yeah, it's getting
Dude,
there.
are you by chance Viking or Scottish?
No, I don't think so.
Like,
Not that
what
I'm-
is your
not that
background?
my parents have ever told me.
Black. I mean, that's kind of you're either English or you're Scottish. I don't know. That's my guess.
My mom's told me a little bit of Irish there, but not,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you go. The red beard.
Yeah.
How old are you?
43.
Holy shit! I just turned 45, and he's a freaking sergeant major.
See,
43.
Dude, if I stayed, I'd be a sergeant major right now if I stayed in.
I don't know, man. You'll probably still be an E3.
No, hell no, no, dude. I was an E3 twice. I was an
Yeah,
E2
see?
twice and an E4 once. I
You
did
didn't
get
figure it out?
NJP'd.
You didn't figure it out the first time?
Dude, okay, I got to tell you this story. All right. I don't know if Saban's told you this, but in 2005, I got caught drinking at Camp Fallujah.
Oh.
Yeah,
fucking
I got
good.
yelled at by Neary, Lieutenant Colonel Neary, who was our battalion commander, all the way down to the most senior Lance Corporal. Like, I got my ass chewed. And I was on porter shitter duty at Camp Delta, at Camp Fallujah. Everywhere I went, I had extra post, extra patrol, and I had to clean out the shitters. It was awesome. Yeah, that shit sucked. And they had to check the mail because of me, because I had a Listerine bottle filled with Jack Daniels.
Where'd you even get it?
My cousin is the senior VP at Brown Forman that owns Jack Daniels, and he sent it to me in a Listerine bottle.
Oh, okay.
So you can blame, but hey, listen.
You didn't
I
have
can
to
get
drink it.
No, but no, I drank it
Don't be
with.
blaming it on your cousin.
I do. Hey, but I drank it and I got shit faced with like three of my fellow Marines. Then the battalion commander and the battalion sergeant major, Sergeant Major Rick James, the white guy, he picked us up in his car. Like me and my buddy were going to the chow hall. They picked us up in their car. They did not smell any alcohol on us, which is really weird because we were fucking wasted. But we just were like, "Thank you, Sergeant Major. Thank you, sir." And they dropped us off. We ate. I went back to the Pogues at Camp Fallujah, and I got tremendously hammered with them because every one of those Pogue motherfuckers had a bottle. And I ended up passed out on a Jersey barrier at the MWR Center at Camp Fallujah with my M16 in between my legs on a J barrier, just like that.
Oh my God.
I came to, and the only thing I could see was 2 gold oak leaves. And I thought to myself, holy shit, I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. I'm going to be dying pretty soon. And I immediately blurted out, "I'm dehydrated, sir."
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
and I was. They took me back to Charlie Med. They put like 7 IVs in me. Then my platoon sergeant, Staff Sergeant Thomas Hill, who lives in Jacksonville, and he's there right now, and he's a member of my VFW post. Master Sergeant Hill, he finally got out as. He comes storming over, and he gets the truth out of me. I mean, it's hell or high water, man. This guy is screaming at me, and I'm like done. Like I go before First Sergeant Guzman, done. I'm done. Like I
Yeah.
go back, like I'm on like a barracks detail, I'm on patrol detail, I'm on every other detail you could think of. And then
Yeah.
it took me another year to become a lance corporal again.
Yeah.
So as a first sergeant, I have to ask you, I'm sorry, that was kind of like I was just like out of there. I'm sorry, I was just like diarrhea out of the mouth. As a first sergeant, did you NJP? Did you have to do a lot of NJPs?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you, when I was with 3-6, it was
It was fun, wasn't it?
I bet we were doing 2 to 3 a month.
Oh my god!
Damn.
Yeah. There were some of them, there's a few I call the biker boys. I have a story for all of them, but there's
Did
some of them
did
that
anyone show up at the gate of Camp Lejeune drunk, get a DUI like right at the gate?
yeah, I've had a couple of them. I had a guy on restriction that leaves with his buddy that's also on restriction in the car, right? They are going to the front gate, but the cops try to pull them over and they don't stop.
Oh God.
They go blowing through the exit of the gate and they're gone, right? MPs stop at the front. But they show back up about 15 minutes later after they hit Taco Bell at Piney Green.
Oh my
And they come
god!
right back to the same gate to go back to the barracks. And guess what? They're both drunk too. That's why they were going to get Taco Bell. So we get a DUI, breaking restriction, running from the police, failure to stop. Oh, it loaded up. Yeah.
Did they get kicked out?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Then I had another one that I got a call. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning. My weapons platoon sergeant, Gunny Barker, his name's Josh Barker. He's a master sergeant now, but he gives me a call and he's like, "First sergeant." I was like, "What, dude?" And he goes, I said, "Look, just tell me if I need to put on camis." He goes, "You're going to need to put on camis." I was like, "All right, what's going on?" He goes, "Man, like Moen was really drunk in the barracks and his roommate, Pollock, tried to get him to calm down and just go to bed. And when he turned around to walk away, he felt the need to turn back around. When he did, Moen had pulled out a knife and stabbed him in the neck and nicked his artery." And so there's more to the story, though. But when I get there, ambulance is there, fire department's there, NCIS is there, the freaking world is there. And, apparently this kid had gotten stupid drunk, but didn't just stab him in the neck. Before that, he went through one of the Marines' rooms, through the adjoining head to the other room, and soaks a shirt in accelerants, tries to light it on fire or some shit. Yeah, and then he comes out of the room, and that's when Pollock was like, "What are you doing, dude? Why do I smell smoke? Yada, yada, yada." And he's like, "Just go to bed and sleep it off and everything." And that's whenever Moen stabbed him in the neck. And his reasoning for that being, well, one, when the cops came, Moen took off and they chased him down to N Street by the post office and got him. But
Yep.
He thought that Pollock was part of the Sons of Anarchy biker gang, and he was a Mayan and he needed to die.
Oh my god!
That was his reasoning. But in all, Marines taking care of Marines. Pollock's sitting there, spurting blood out because his artery got nicked, and the Marines come running out with their CLS bags and applying pressure and everything until the ambulance gets there. But you know what? He got sewed up, and 3 weeks later left with us on the MEU. Still went.
Wow.
Yeah, sucked it up and went, and we ended up having Moen obviously went to the brig, but and faced trial, but we ended up having to do the phone trial portion in my stateroom on the USS New York.
No way.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Hey, were you at Camp Lejeune in 2009, 2008, 2009?
Yes, I was.
Do you remember when NCIS they found a burned body outside of the gate at Camp Lejeune?
2008, 2009. I do remember something to that, but it's very vague.
As in Corporal Wymonk killing his wife and burning her body outside of the gate?
Yes, I remember that.
I was on the.
In fact,
I was
that
on
makes
the.
me
Oh,
think- in fact, that makes me think of the one earlier than that, about a couple of years earlier than that, where the Marine has his wife, but he had a girl that he got pregnant, killed her, and buried her in his backyard because my wife worked at MHG with the dude's real wife.
oh my God.
And what was his name? Lorenz or something?
Yeah.
Because he took off and went to Mexico.
And when he went to Mexico,
yeah,
yeah.
or something like that. Yeah, I remember that.
Well, Corporal Wymonk, he married an officer from Vietnam, which was 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours up north.
Mhm.
And I was on the mute with that guy. He was actually in front of me calling home. And then I see him 2 years later on the cover of Marine Times in an orange jumpsuit. I was like, he was CEB. That's what, 1371. That's the MOS for combat engineer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was an unsolved mystery episode about him. I was like, holy shit. And 3-8, we also stabbed a hooker in 2006. I was that one. That was crazy. What is going on, dude? What is going on?
I have
I
no
thought I was
idea.
about to be by myself there for a
Dude,
minute.
I'm flipping out here. Yeah, hey, Sergeant Major, you're gonna be by yourself for a little bit. So
Yeah.
stand by, sir.
I don't.
Dude, this is a different camera angle than I'm used to, Flake. I'm like looking up your nose right now.
My camera. Sorry about that. My camera is giving me fits, so I just took it off, and I'm just using my camera on my MacBook now.
Okay.
I don't know.
Um,
I'm gonna have to 86 that camera. Go back.
where the
to
hell
other
were
one.
we? Sorry, we were just me and Sergeant Major were swapping stories.
We're telling sea stories.
Yeah, right on.
But I don't know. We need a part 2 with you, Sergeant Major. We got But do you? Oh, actually, can you do something something Sergeant Majory for us tonight?
I already asked him to
What do
yell
you
at
want?
you.
No, it's not
Yeah.
yelling. It's for our birthday. And on the birthday, can you? What is going on? I'm getting a headache right now. Can you do us something Marine Corps birthday because I know you've had 26 years of Marine Corps birthdays. Could you say something positive to the Marines that are watching this tonight?
Absolutely. First, want to say happy birthday. That's
Rah.
first and foremost. As you all celebrate, across the United States, across the world, because we're no matter where we're at. Oh, look, now we got Richard 2 times.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on.
I want you to think about, the brothers that have come before you, the ones that we've lost, the ones we still have, where you're going and where you want to be. Because no matter where you are in the world and celebrating the Marine Corps birthday, just know that you're only going to have a limited amount of them. So enjoy them. And once you're out, doesn't mean you have to stop and, not reflect on your time in the Marine Corps and celebrate the birthday, because you will always be a Marine forever. And a lot of people, I think, forget that when they get out. Although I like being a civilian and having a beard and, a little faux hawk going on here in the back.
Nice. Beautiful.
Still, that pride of being a Marine burned into my soul will never go away. And I plan to aim to never lose that. But I think that there's too many nowadays that get out and they forget everything that they've done, went through and whatnot. So enjoy the Marine Corps birthday, enjoy why we, and commemorate why we celebrate the Marine Corps birthday, and keep your head up and keep fighting.
Hoorah.
Because
Semper Fi.
It's going to continue, and the day's going to come when you're going to be called upon, and you got to be ready. You got to be ready. Happy birthday.
Hoorah. Happy birthday, Marines.
Damn.
Damn. That was hoorah. That was awesome. That was like that dude. Gunny Walgren would be happy with that speech.
Put me on the spot, man. It was like,
Hey, but you're a sergeant major. Sergeant majors can be put on the spot. I mean, you guys have. I mean, you were talking about leadership. I mean, you can just walk into a room and just sweat leadership. Like you and Chaco, like Willink, you can walk into rooms and be like, "All right, listen to me now. I've been there, done that, got the T-shirt." Who? Oh, which by the way, yeah. being part of the state guard, they want me to say hua. I'm like, I'm not gonna say it. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say that word. When they
It's
like
like
they
we could have a podcast conversation with a Marine and a soldier, and
ugh,
the whole thing would just be like, hoo, oh,
hua, hua, hua. I like who says that shit, man? Except for the army. I mean, come on.
oh, hoo.
Hua. Oh man, well that's good. That's great. And what are your plans for And we got Veterans Day coming up too. Do you got any plans for the birthday and Veterans Day and this whole week is kind of like a big military veteran fest. What do you got?
So the birthday, I got invited with another veteran-owned business, the CEO of it. Anyways, it's a tech company over in Wilmington. He got out the Marine Corps as MARSOC, and they do just the guys, and they bring their spouses or whatever. No dressing up or anything, just regular attire. We go out and have a big dinner down in Wilmington and go out and hang out and party. And planning on attending that. Hopefully my wife will tag along. But also would like to get the boat out on the water this weekend. There's probably gonna be a lot of action out there. Hit a sandbar maybe if the weather's nice, but I highly doubt that with this hurricane coming.
Yeah.
Because if you've seen the weather, right now it's really windy outside here, and I'd hate to know what it's gonna be like this weekend. So that might put a damper on some of the plans. Right, but it ain't gonna stop the smoker from smoking, I tell you that.
Are you a good?
Now you're talking my language.
Oh yeah, now you guys can have something to talk about because Fleek, dude, he does cooking with Squidly. That's what he does. Yeah. He made this up, and he cooks like on Facebook, which I actually got off of Facebook, so I don't know what he posts anymore. But he used to post all this stuff about food, ribs, prime rib, brisket, eggs, pancakes. I mean, he does it all on his grill. I mean, it's amazing. He is amazing when it comes to cooking on that grill.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I got a Pit Boss smoker. My wife got me a couple of years ago. It's got the big glass door on the front. And
nice.
I'll load that thing up with like when we moved into the house, I told everybody, I was like, look, we're going to throw 6 to 7 racks of ribs on there. We're going to let them smoke all day so they're ready to eat when y'all get done helping me move. And that's exactly what we did. My wife and the girls made, a bunch of collard greens and a bunch of other good food, and we just killed it. And I'll throw a pork butt on there or a big brisket. I'll cook 2 briskets at a time on that thing, and it'll smoke. It's obviously electric, in the pellet feed, which I love because I don't have to do all the maintenance and all that stuff of feeding it wood. But it'll sit there and you can feed it wood, and it'll smoke for it'll go up to like 36 hours. I love it. Love it. I can't get enough smoked barbecue.
Yeah, for sure. I have a pellet grill. Mine's the Weber Smoke Fire.
Yeah.
Big one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that thing.
Yeah. I love it. I got a Weber grill. That's my regular grill. But
yeah, I got Weber grills, Weber smokers, Blackstone.
What do you think about them green eggs?
Yeah, I'm not really a fan. I think it's more of a marketing thing.
I mean, my next door neighbor has a green egg. It looks okay, but it's just tiny.
It's tiny. It'd be like, to me, it feels like you'd be cooking on the regular little Weber round grills that were there originally.
Right? What are you going to cook? Like a hamburger and a hot dog at the same time?
Good job. I still think that smoking on it would be a lot of work too.
Yeah.
And they're expensive.
I mean,
they're expensive as hell. They're like $3,000 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it 9:12 over at Camp Lejeune right now?
It is 9:12.
Do you guys need to get to bed? Sorry.
I go to bed when I want to go to bed. But
okay. Hey, whoa. Hey. I know First Sergeant's got to get up early for Reveille and freaking Morning Colors and
I'll still be up at 5. I'll still be up at 5, making coffee and outside, making the grass green. So I mean,
blood. Yeah, that's right, Sergeant Major. Hey, can you still?
I go out in the morning and I just take a drink of my coffee and I go,
oh,
and all the dew goes away.
Gunny Ermy would be so proud of you right now.
Yeah.
Do you still roll your sleeves, man? Can you still do that?
No.
Dude, I haven't rolled sleeves in probably about 18 years, 17 years. It's It's been a long time since I've rolled some sleeves.
See, my wife was always better at it than me, and she used to hate it. I'm like, babe, I need you to roll my sleeves. She's like, I got my own to roll. I'm like, you're so good at it.
And now she's a first sergeant, and so she's doing NJPs as well.
Oh yeah,
Because that's what first sergeants do. Because master sergeants don't do NJPs. First sergeants do, correct?
That's right. That's right. I mean, if a master sergeant's in the billet, I mean, yeah, they would be handling it, and really, we just prepare it. The officers do the NJP, but we prepare the package.
Okay.
We do the proceedings with the CO and kind of run the show there, but he is the adjudicator and
that's how it works. I just blame my first sergeant for getting everybody in trouble. Like, I don't know, there's many more levels above that I should have blamed.
Yeah.
So wait, why do you another question? Why did you pick first sergeant route instead of master sergeant route?
It's a fantastic question. It's funny because when I was working at artillery training school, I had this master guns there to ask me and another gunny. He's like, what do y'all put on your fitness reports? We said, F. We want to be first sergeant. So he goes, what the fuck you want to be a first sergeant for? He goes, man, stars and diamonds are for bitches. Guns and bombs are for men. And I was like, all right, well, I mean, it's a good philosophy, but in the same sense, in the artillery community, when you become a master sergeant, you ain't on the ground with the Marines anymore. You're usually safety certifying people, evaluating TMs, doing things like that, and that just isn't where I wanted to see myself. I wanted to be with the Marines and be able to make a difference, and on top of that, be able to touch other communities, vice just being in the artillery community. And being an 8999, I mean, that's universally. You can go to any unit; it doesn't matter what it is. It's why right now I want to try to get in front of the division or MEF Sergeant Major and get their ear and let them know, hey, look, man, why don't you guys have a like an 8999 PME and invite me to come talk about AmeriCrew, because right now we're still in the process and the painstaking process of trying to get a part of the SkillBridge program. Because what other program should be a part of the SkillBridge program than one that only hires veterans, right?
Dude, I've been hearing SkillBridge like for the past 4 months. Like, this is like the new thing that they're implementing,
a lot of programs
right?
involved in it. There's a lot of programs involved, but I think that right now with us being so new, market branding and getting our name out there so people know who we are and what to ask, and I think that getting in front of the 8999s, I mean, they are in every unit. You get all the 8999s together, you've now just touched the entire market of Marines in the entire area. Right. And now they know what we are and who we are. And they know, hey, because now every Marine, no matter what, when they go to get out, they have to do a capstone interview after TRS. And that capstone interview is your first sergeant or your CO or another person sitting down with you to make sure that you have a plan when you get out. What is your plan? What do you plan to do?
Wait. They're doing that now?
Oh, yeah.
Shit. What the fuck? Thank you, First Sergeant Barnes, for hooking me up, dude. Thank you very much.
We are holding some hands, definitely.
Well, no, I didn't even have that. My steps and taps was a joke, and my first sergeant, he held on to my reenlistment papers until the last day, and I told him, First Sergeant Barnes, I'm out. See you later. Mm-hmm. Here's my card, and then I just rolled across the gate. See you. Yeah. And maybe I missed out on a lot, and I should have stayed in. But you know what? If I had stayed in, I wouldn't have met my wife, who is my life and my love. She knows me. She gets me as a Marine, as a veteran, and she actually gave me the good to go to inquire about being a priest. So yes, hopefully in about 6 years I will be father farer, and on the scuttlebutt with my black shirt and my collar.
You have to stop swearing.
Yeah,
I had to stop. Yeah, I had to stop swearing, and I had to stop saying GD, and I had to stop chewing tobacco. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff that I had to stop.
You would be Mark Wahlberg in that movie.
Great movie. That's a good pick. Great movie.
What's it called? Father
Stew.
Father Stew. Yes.
Dude,
movie, man.
Dude, great movie. I mean, Father Stew was this. I mean, he was like a mob guy. All right, and then he turns a corner. But then he gets hurt, and he's got some kind of disease, and so they put him in a wheelchair. But then at the end, and I'll kind of ruin it for you guys, but the Catholic Church finally gives him his
Yes,
priesthood,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's just it's a very heartwarming story. But
yeah. It's a true story.
it's a true
It's a
story.
true story. Yeah, it was
But
good.
some of the forefathers of Christianity, dude, they weren't, they did bad things, like the Apostle Paul. I mean, his name was Saul of Tarsus, and he killed people, and then he became an apostle. I mean, I have hope. I have a lot of hope. But I did see the questionnaire, and they're like, did you do this drug? Did you do this drug? How's your mental stability? Like, I've got to get a mental grievance. I've got to do this. I'm like, oh shit, I'm dead. Shit, I'm probably not going to be a priest with all the shit that's in my medical file, which is like 600 pages.
Shit.
Can't say shit. But hey, I'm not in seminary yet, so I mean, up until then, I can swear. Hey, and I do my daily office every day, so I pray 5 times a day, man. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm okay right now.
Well, that's it's good to hear.
Well, no, just after church, like I heard God through my wife, and she said some really cool stuff to me that I didn't think I'd hear from her. And it kind of, I went to my rector, and I'm like, hey, I want to start the process of being a postulant.
Mhm.
And a postulant, it's discernment for 5 years, so it's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
And if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. God will put me where God's put me where I am today, because I mean, I'm a recovering alcoholic. I'm helping veterans. I'm a chaplain for the VFW, and and I love helping veterans. And you, Sergeant Major, you're helping veterans by giving them jobs. Fleek up there, he thought of this whole TSP thing, and he's helping veterans. And you know what? He's helping them, but he's also helping me, because we get to talk to guys like you.
Yeah.
And it's like a big vicious circle of help, aid, and assistance.
Absolutely. That's why when Ren brought it up, I'm like, yeah, man, I will go anywhere and do anything to get the word out there. To let Marines know, I always say Marines because it's a force of habit, but let veterans know, in general, what we have to offer. And, that there's more out there. There is family out there.
Dude,
there's family out there.
Yeah, there is a tribe. There is a place for all of us. And be it the VFW, be it Marine Corps League, be it, I don't know. I've got a guy in church he's a lieutenant colonel, and he was artillery, and he's in charge of this artillery unit that they get together every single year, and he's the quartermaster. He's the money guy, and he puts on these reunions every year for their battery. It's so cool. Nice. And he is all about artillery, man. He is like as passionate about artillery as you are, Sergeant Major. It's pretty cool. You cannon cockers are all alike.
I'm passionate about Marines.
See, and we're fanatical about what? About being Marines. And that's, what movie is that from?
Gomer Pyle.
Few Good Men. Come on, Fleek. Come on. In their fancy, dressy, pussy whites and all that kind of stuff, whatever.
You're going to stand there in your faggoty white uniform.
Which, by the way, I get to see one of those uniforms on Friday, so I'm very excited about that. The guest speaker for Veterans Day is a naval officer, and I can't wait to see his whites.
Yeah.
I'm excited. No, not really. I mean, you know who he is. I'm not going to say him, because if he watches this, he knows that I'm going to say his name, and I'm not going to say his name.
Y'all got my cheeks hurting from all this laughing and smiling.
Dude, hey, this is what we do, man. We have fun. We have fun.
We're not having technical difficulties.
Yeah, which, by the way, that screen is still like doing its circle. I don't know what it's thinking about. But we've been on for
we've been on almost an hour and a half.
Hour and 25 minutes, Fleek. Hey, it's up to you, man. We could do a part 2 of Sergeant Major, but
we'll cut it because I'm having issues over here.
And you can edit this, right?
I don't know. I'll see what I can do.
Well, just edit some of my stupid bullshit. So
yeah, you just gotta learn to calm down.
Dude, I'm just, hey, like he's excited about Marines. I'm excited about talking to Marines, like a sergeant major, especially.
Yeah.
Dude,
On your
okay.
birthday.
This is the last story, Sergeant Major. You're going to find this very funny. It's another Sergeant Major Bradford story. Okay. So I went on recruiting duty in Naples, Florida for a month, like 2 months before I got out. So they had a change of command from Colonel Matthew G. Sinclair to Lieutenant Colonel Odom. So I wasn't there for the change of command. I was recruiting. So I get back, and I'm sitting in front of the COC, the old 3-8 building on C Street. And me and Sergeant Brosco, we're sitting there and we're smoking cigarettes and we got our hands in the pocket and we're being all nasty like short timers. And so these two Marines come up to us and they're they got flat Kevlar, they got their packs in front of their chest. We can't see what rank they are. And so we look over to them and we both give them, like, I'm a corporal, he's a sergeant. We both give them like, hey, what's up, man?
Yeah.
And guess who it was?
Sergeant Major Bradford.
And Colonel Odom.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And Colonel Odom just whizzes right past us. And then Sergeant Major Bradford, he looks at Sergeant Brosco. He's like, Sergeant Brosco, get the fuck out of here. He looks at me. He's like, Farr, get the fuck up to my office. And that's twice. That's the second time I've been up to Sergeant Major Bradford's office. And he's like, Farr, what the fuck, dude? What? I know you're a short timer, but come on, man. I'm like, Sergeant Major, I didn't know. I didn't see his. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know who you were. I'm sorry. And yeah, that's my final funny Farr story for the night.
You never forgot his face after that.
Ever? No, that Hitler mustache will forever be like imprinted in my brain. God bless you, Sergeant Major Bradford, wherever you are, sir.
Nice.
But
hey, Joe, Major, I have to say though, it's been a pleasure. I really am happy you guys were able to make this happen and have me on the show.
Hey, thank you, man. It was an honor and a pleasure to talk to you, and I love swapping stories with salt dog Marines like yourself, because you've got a little white stuff on your shoulders, Sergeant Major. I can see it.
I got some scars up there on them shoulders.
Yeah, I bet you do. And Fleek, thanks a lot for doing this special birthday tribute to the Marine Corps. Marines, yes. We love you. Hoorah.
You guys enjoy your day.
Yep. Love you, Marines, and happy birthday. And thank you, guys.
Semper Fi.
And ask your wife if she wants to jump on one of these days.
I will. I'll let you know.
Yeah, right on. All right. We'll cut it loose. Thanks for hopping on with us.
See you guys.
Be in touch.
Sure.
Bye.